There's absolutely no way Hank Hill would be a Trump supporter. With the revival of the show taking place in today's society, this is absolutely something that they're going to go over. And I think a lot of people have the misconception that Hank Hill would himself be MAGA, which I don't think so is the case at all. And politics aside, just looking at Hank Hill as a character objectively, I'm going to explain to you why. Hank Hill as a person absolutely cares about your character. If you have good character, he tends to like you as a person. He takes a lot of pride in his marriage. He takes a lot of pride in the simple ways of life. Everything has to be up to code. Everything has to be done by the book. It has been said many times throughout the show, he's a real Boy Scout. Trump is none of those things. The man, even before he went into politics, had a reputation of breaking the rules and finding loopholes and exploiting the system. If it wasn't for the fact that he's an actual felon with numerous convictions, it could also be the fact that he's a draft dodger. If it's not for that, it's the things that he says and the way that he treats women is something that Hank absolutely would not be on board with. I mean, that is specifically the reason as to why he is married to Peggy is because she's so independent and headstrong. And we've seen multiple times how Hank has actually blown up on his father for the way that he treats and acts towards women, especially towards his mother and his wife. Hank is a good old-fashioned Christian family man. And with Trump being on his third marriage, isn't really going to sit that well with Hank. Another huge reason as to why Hank wouldn't like Trump is because he actually likes immigrants. While him and Khan did not start off on the right foot, you have to remember when they first met, it was Hank who approached him first and asked him his name and asked to get to know him and asked him where he's from. Of course, Hank would prefer that immigrants come in legally, but if somebody were to explain to him why that's nearly impossible, he would absolutely understand. And he would actively make the effort to pass new legislation, which is something that he has done before, like the toilet episode, for example. Hank is very much of a, I gotta see it to believe it kind of guy. If he feels like you're selling him snake oil, he's not gonna buy it. I mean, again, the dude really cares about your character. There was an entire episode where he questioned his loyalty to a presidential candidate, in this case Bush, because his handshake was limp. Hank is what a lot of political analysts would consider a traditional Republican. While they do share a lot of similarities, MAGA is a completely different beast, at least according to a lot of experts. And if it's not for any of those other reasons, the biggest ones by far is that Trump is from New York and he likes his steak well done with ketchup.